Alright, tomorrow I will be going to a funeral tomorrow of a 105-year-old woman. She was 105 on May the 2nd, and she died on Sunday, August the 29th, which was my wedding anniversary. Anyway, when we moved to Cerulean, Rozell was 88. When we moved to Cerulean, she was 88. And 17 years later, she's 105. So this, of course, is just a tarp that's covering up the tomb. So I will be going to the funeral of a 105-year-old woman tomorrow. I don't know, I have never known anybody until her, Rozell, that even lived to be 100. And then when she lived to be 105, she was like the Energizer Bunny. She kept going and going and going. But not many people live to be 105. Okay, it is the morning of September the 2nd, Thursday, September the 2nd, 2021, and I am getting in my vehicle on my way to the funeral of the 101-year-old lady, my neighbor, 2 houses down, and I was just reflecting that it was last Thursday, it was this time last Thursday that I went to the funeral of a Mennonite lady, and I get to wear my makeup to this funeral. I get to wear jewelry, I get to wear my makeup, and I get to look a little bit better. I'm still wearing black out of respect, but I did go to a funeral last week where I probably look like a ghost, just because they don't do makeup, they don't do jewelry. But anyway, it is going to be very interesting to go to the funeral of a 105-year-old lady. She turned 105 on May the 2nd, and today is September the 2nd. So 4 months ago today, she had her 105th birthday. So, and she's been my neighbor for 18 years. So she was 88 when we moved here, and 17 years later, she's 105. So that's where I'm heading off to right now. So I'm almost at the funeral home, and then I realized, oops, I don't have my mask. I don't have a mask, and I didn't even have a black one, and I'm wearing black. Anyway, so I ended up stopping by the Minute Mart, which is outrageous, absolutely outrageous. But anyway, I purchased a black mask to go with my black clothing to go to the funeral. But I'm so used to these days, we're not as strict as normally lately, and they haven't been requiring masks as much. And so anyhow, just before I got to the funeral home, I had to go purchase a black mask. Okay, I got my black mask on, and of course it was made in China. Made in China. And at the tune of $4. $4 for this little piece of tiny little, I mean, it's just as skimpy as it can be. But anyway, going to a funeral, decided I need a black mask. Oh, $4 for this skimpy little mask. It is what it is. Alright, so this is the funeral home. This is Goodwin Funeral Home. And I have just come out of the funeral. And so this is the hearse that will be carrying her away. We'll be joining the funeral procession in just a moment. So I'm in my vehicle. I didn't want to be very conspicuous. I didn't get any pictures of her in the casket or any film of her in the casket because I know that that would not only creep a lot of you all out, but it's just very disrespectful. So anyhow, this is a Goodwin Funeral Home in Cadiz, Kentucky, and when my dad passed away, when my own father passed away, I took pictures of him in the casket. Now, my brother didn't care for that. He didn't care for that one bit. And my brother thought that was very disrespectful. But, but that was my dad, and I felt like that I had the freedom to do that. And my dad had a military funeral. My dad had all the honors of a military funeral, and AJ was only 2. And he was not, my mom thought he was too young to go to the funeral. So I felt that it was very, very appropriate to take pictures of my dad and the funeral for my son's sake. Anyway, but that was my own family. That was my own family. Oh, okay, here we go. See, now the casket's been closed. Now, see, I'm not out there, like, in everybody's face. So there goes Miss Rozell. Like I said, I took pictures and videos of my own dad in the casket, but I wouldn't do it for somebody else's. Just would be very disrespectful. I'll be getting into the funeral procession really soon. Alright, it was such a beautiful funeral. Here comes some more flowers out. They're bringing all the flowers out to the car next to the hearse. When you get to be 105, it's quite an amazing thing to be 105. When she turned 100 years old, I thought, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. When she turned 100 years old, I had never known anybody else that had been 100, and now she's 105. What an accomplishment. You think about all the things that a person that has lived 105 years that has seen in their life. That's just an amazing thing to see all the changes. To be 105. And she was born in 1916 and died in 2021. That's just an amazing thing. Not many people get to live to see that. And you think about changes in like transportation, of course, obviously, you know, we have the Mennonites that here that prefer that's their choice. Is the Mennonites use the horse and buggy, but not many people had automobiles in 1916. I'm going to show my ignorance. I don't remember the year that Henry Ford. I don't remember when Henry Ford first brought the car out, but. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know all these things. I guess I should. But anyway, but you just think about, though, in 1916, people just didn't have the vehicles. And then if you think about all the technology, the space travel, all the things that have happened in 100 years. Now, we know that in the whole sense, 105 years on the span of globally the whole world as it is, 105 years is very, very small. It's a very small amount of time. But when you're thinking of somebody's life, a individual human being's life, that's very significant. Well, think about the history of the United States. The history of the United States as a country, we're 245 years old. Okay, 245 years old as a country, and then Rozell is 105. Well, she was 105, of course. Now that body's deceased. But I mean, you think about it. I mean, that's very significant. It just truly is. So it was really something to go to the funeral of somebody that was 105 years old. You just think about the lifetime of changes that person has seen. It's just amazing. Alright, so I'm going to be getting into the funeral procession. They're fixing to start the funeral procession, so I'm going to get off here. Now, something that you'll see here in our tradition is you'll see some traffic that's stopped on the side of the road. You'll see this. When there's a funeral procession, vehicles pull over out of respect. Alright, the graveside service has now concluded, and so everybody is leaving the graveside service. The tent up there, that's where underneath there is her burial.